adjust things like this.
Okay.
And so you want to get a bend like this, right?
Oh, okay.
So you get in here, pull this lever, and you get this crunch down in here. Get your legs in here.
Okay.
And then just kind of push with your arms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to touch a little bit so you get some bend.
Okay.
And up.
Oh, I really actually like leg work.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be good with this. I think that's the strength of my body.
The feet position
Yeah.
on your legs is critical.
Uh-huh.
Depending on what part of the quad you're trying to work. So right now we're kind of on the lower part of the pan.
Okay.
You can go down farther.
Oh.
You know, that gets more stress right here the farther down you get.
Uh-huh.
And so it works more in this area.
Okay, so
The closer your feet are together, the more outside of the quad you work.
oh, okay.
Right? So you're working like right here right now. If I was to go like this, we would be working inner.
Oh.
It transfers all the stress to the inner. So your feet position on here,
Yeah, that's real
you get
critical.
on one machine,
Yeah.
same as what we did yesterday.
Yeah.
You're trying to get all the angles you can
Right.
and work all the parts of the quad. You know.
Okay. So what do you recommend? I mean, you showed me like 3 or 4 different positions.
So today we're gonna do 8 reps here.
Okay.
8. We'll get to 8. Just pretend like we're at 8. We're gonna climb up a little bit. It's gonna put more stress down in here.
Oh, okay.
Down there, we're putting stress up here. Now we're gonna put stress here,
Okay.
and we're gonna do 8 more reps. Now we're gonna go to the inner quad, and we're gonna do 8 reps. So we're gonna do 8, 8, 8.
Okay.
And when I get done, all I do is grab this lever,
Yeah.
and the chair comes up,
And then bring it back up.
and I can get out.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
On cows.
So you do this in between?
I take a break over here because it's just a small muscle.
Okay.
Calves take a lot of repetitions.
Okay.
Up to 100
All right.
because they're a durable fiber like your forearm.
Okay.
Forearm, your calves are made up of, I think, a slow twitch.
Oh, okay.
And because we're on them all the time, they're made up of fast twitch and slow twitch.
Right.
Mostly slow. So you need a lot of reps over here for anything to respond in here.
Okay.
So I take my break over here from there.
Oh, okay.
And even sometimes you're sitting here thinking about things. You got a place to sit down. So take a break from there each time. Kind
Yeah.
of come over here and,
Okay.
gather your thoughts a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
This one is part of the routine?
Part of our leg routine today.
Yeah. Okay. Will be
is
this.
our calves.
Okay.
So I'm going to get this one out of the way.
Oh, while you're in
While
between.
doing my quad, I'm going to get this one out.
Oh, there you go. Okay, gotcha.
So I
All
take
right.
my breaks over here.
All right. Cool.
When we get done with these two, then all we have left is hamstring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
All right.
it's part of efficiency.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Getting squatted down in here,
Yeah.
and then getting started, pushing that up, and you get 8 reps like this, and you see how squished you're gonna end up in here? I'm squished, I got
Right,
my
right.
knees right up in here. And you can always assist yourself by pushing
Right.
on these.
Okay.
And sometimes in the beginning, on the first set, maybe you want a little bit of assist,
Right.
Yeah. Until your knees get kind of warmed up, your hips, everything starts to get stretched out a little bit. And I'll climb up here. 2. 5. Whew. 7, 8. Then I'll come out here. Now I'm going to get on that inner quad. 6, 7, 8. And then I get out of here.
All right.
Stay in that 10 rep range on this one.
Okay, 10.
Yeah. We're working that hamstring back here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did the front quad, and we did the calves, and now we'll do the hams. And then we'll head for that bike.
So my daughter does ballet, and she, is walking on her toes. Her hamstring is shortened. It's really screwed up. So would this be? She's wearing these shoes that stretch the hamstring.
Yeah.
But is this the good thing that she needs to be doing?
No.
No.
It's actually
What?
you grab onto a bar,
Yeah.
you stretch out, and you want that bar to touch the ground.
Oh, so you would a bar of weights?
Well,
So-
no weight.
No weight?
The weights are this big around.
Yeah.
So the weight would touch right here.
Oh, okay.
So you do it with a bar,
Oh, with a bar, just a bar.
and you get that bar to touch the ground.
Yeah, and
It
keep
stretches
those.
your Achilles,
Yes.
your calf, your hamstring, your glute.
Okay.
And that's all short on her.
Okay.
It's not enough in the front to compensate.
Right.
So you got to stretch
All of that has to be stretched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's called a stiff-legged deadlift.
So,
You want to be able to get down to the ground like this?
so just some kind of bar that has some weight, because I have plenty of those. I got crowbars.
Yeah,
and
just like a straight bar like that.
straight bar. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
We're uncomfortable. I don't want to be over here running a marathon.
Right.
So you'll find out at adding a minute per week
Right.
where you're comfortable. You might get plateaus where at 8 minutes you're like, this is tough.
Right.
And you might need a couple weeks, 3 weeks. And all of a sudden you just jump to 9 minutes. And that's what happens around here. There's
Okay.
plateaus.
I mean, when should you change levels on that bike? I mean,
That's another thing.
is that
You're trying to get some conditioning in,
right?
and you're trying to get some resistance,
Right.
and you're working with that seat height.
Right.
Yeah. So, you in your own mind might be comfortable on level 3,
Okay.
and I want to work on level 3 till I get to 20 minutes,
Oh, okay.
and in your own mind, you're like, I'm going to try level 4,
Right.
And
Should I be raising the seat at every level
you're
up
gonna
and down,
get,
or
you're going to get to where that seat level is, I guess would say, relevant to your height. Because we all have a different inseam.
yeah?
You're gonna find where you're at with that seat height.
Oh, okay.
And you're gonna, right now we're up high.
Yeah.
We're gonna come down to where that seat height, just like these machines,
Yeah, it
trying
just
to.
feels right.
Yeah. You're gonna find that sweet spot on that seat.
Yeah.
And go, this is where I want to be.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be down here.
Yeah. Right.
And up here was too high.
Right.
So you're gonna
Gotcha.
come down. You're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that seat height, you're gonna find that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right now we got you up high, so you're just kind of like this.
Yeah. Right.
And as the seat comes down, you're going to start going
A lot more.
more range.
Okay.
More range.
Right.
So
Right.
that seat height, you're going to find your sweet spot.
Right.
And it's going to be because of your leg length.
Gotcha.
Even on mountain biking, we do different size frames and that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's critical out there where we're at on the mountain bikes.
Right.
We don't want too much frame.
Right.
We don't want too little frame. And that seat height is the same for you. You're trying to figure out.
Where are you gonna
Yeah, absolutely.
be? Cool.
That's a cool ride back there.
Yeah.
They were very, very nice bikes. I got them probably 3 years ago.
Right.
I was out in Arizona. And it was on a demo.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, I gotta have these.
Oh, wow.
And they're just comfortable.
Yeah.
That is a comfortable.
It was.
My bike riders
Yeah.
all come in here
Oh, wow.
because of that type of bike.
Right.
Yeah. So you're on a very comfortable
Yeah.
bike.
What about an elliptical? I used to have one of those. My son who works out in Poland, he uses an elliptical
We
as
have
as opposed to a treadmill.
We have different ellipticals.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to lose you here, but ellipticals are like this
Right.
in their lower body,
Oh.
right? And
Okay.
sometimes you have this,
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
and sometimes it's you'll find elliptical where your leg and your arm are going the same way,
Yeah.
or sometimes you'll have them where it's going the opposite way.
Okay. Right.
Most people don't realize that there's two of them. You know, there's one that
Right.
you go like this,
Right.
you know.
Right. Right.
So back there, you know, are you a cross country skier? Maybe you want opposing. You know,
Oh.
maybe,
Well,
maybe you
I'm
want,
a downhill skier.
you know, maybe you want them both going the same way.
Right. Right.
There's ellipticals like this, and there's ellipticals like this,
Right.
and then there's ones that go like this.
Right.
And we have them versions back there.
Right.
So ellipticals, once I explain it, it gets complicated.
Right.
It's like you have to think about what I said,
Right.
because I have a whole bunch of variations. Just like I got a whole bunch of bars up here.
Right.
I
Right.
throw all that at you again back there.
Yeah. Okay.
So on the bike, you know, I think for starters, it's real easy on your ligaments and
Right.
tendons and cartilage.
Right.
And I think that's where I put everybody, and a lot of people stay there.
Okay.
You know, because this other part's kind of complicated. You know, I can get you through it if you're very dead set on ellipticals. You know,
It's just yeah.
I can go in there and fine tune you and tweak you and explain to you what all
Yeah.
these motions are.
Right.
You know,
Right.
stepper, they can go all the way like this. You know, or they can go like this. They're really advanced versions back there.
Wow.
Yeah, which makes it interesting.
Yeah.
When you come here,
Yeah.
it makes you think about what you're doing
Right.
rather than just walking in and,
Right. Right.
you know,
Right.
I'm gonna make it a little complicated.
Well, I think that's probably the way I saw it before. Was I had elliptical I got from St. Vinny's and
Sure.
I got it working and everything nicely, and we used it. But you could tell that it was work. You were
Yeah.
doing work there,
Yeah.
but it just didn't just seem I'm missing a whole lot of other stuff.
I'm gonna give you an endless opportunity in here. Yeah, which has kept my mind working for 35 years in here.
Yeah.
It's still interesting to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The advancement of all this.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, where do you get a whole bunch of this?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's explained that probably to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to work through this to get to that elite level.
Yeah.
You know,
To
so I had to
understand.
know exactly what I was doing on them and
Right.
why I was doing it.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. So I think the bike is a project for you.
I think it's
Yeah. You know, and maybe this spring you're like, I'm kind of bored. I reached my potential on that.
Right.
I'm bored.
yeah.
You know, and I said,
Is there any advantage of doing the treadmill thing? I know the bike is gonna condition my legs.
Yeah.
Is there any advantage of doing a treadmill, a running thing?
no. The bike, when you get with Olympic trainers,
Yeah.
the bike is the
Is the heart of it?
gold standard heart of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get more bang for your buck out of that bike.
Yeah.
You know, when you sit down on that, time is everything. You want to get as much
Right.
out of your time.
So why are people like running? I mean, everybody is
It's a
running.
passion.
Is it just to increase the endorphins and do something that raises your heart rate?
Yeah,
I mean, is it easy? Maybe it's easier for people just to run and not to go to gym, or what?
I run cross country. I run a half mile in track.
Yeah.
And it was just what do you call it? Exuberating. It was like I was floating on air.
Right.
And it was just adrenaline rush.
Oh, okay.
I love to run.
Okay. So
But then later on, I got into resistance training, put some weight on,
yeah.
and running just wasn't in my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My what do you call it? My
Your purview.
yeah. You
Your-
know.
Yeah.
So I gravitated a lot towards the bike because it was so safe.
Right.
You know, and every time I got hit by a car on my bike, and I went to my orthopedic, and he said, tomorrow you get back on the bike. And I'm like, no, I just got hit on my bike.
Yeah.
You know, he said, that's the whole rehab. Bike. And that sports doctor was so smart,
Yeah.
you know. And that was 20 years ago I got hit on my bike. And I still see that guy once in a while, and he said, you still biking? I'm like, yep.
Cool.
Yep. I said, I used to wrap my knees.
Yeah.
Over in here.
Yeah.
I used to wrap them. And after I got into biking, I didn't wrap them no more.
Right.
And it had so much stability then.
Wow.
You know, because that's a limited blood flow. That's a limited blood flow area. And if you're not biking in that 90 reps, you don't get that blood flow and the nutrients in there.
Is that why people have like knee replacements?
Yeah, because there's no circulation there. It's so limited. And if you do bike, you get some circulation.
Yeah.
But you don't get much circulation off running in that.
Okay.
You get so much more on that bike.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And you get a lot of time on the bike, a lot of circulation.
Right.
Because it's not hard on your knees.
Right.
Yeah. So anytime you run into therapy and that, they'll get you on the bike because of that.
Right.
Yeah. Because even a shoulder, you know, everything's limited in blood sources to get nutrients in there. You know, and that's the problem with healing a lot of times. You know, you can heal different areas a lot faster because of the circulation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
But you might get bored someday with a bike. You know, you might get to that 20 minutes or something.
Right.
You know, all right, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a singular focus, and there's so many other things here that's going to take my time and attention. So it was just, you know, I was just curious as to your thoughts about it. I'm not.
It's
I
all
don't-
about time and efficiency, and I budget everything. Yeah, I budget my what I buy at the grocery store.
Yeah, and you know, like maybe on that fourth day, I'll go back there and I'll experiment with some stuff. But I'll focus on the bike as the center, and then maybe try a few things and see if there's anything that, this really feels good on my body or something. You know.
My biggest question people ask me is, how many abs do you do? I said, I don't have time for them. I've never had time for abs. I have time for all this.
Right.
You know, but I've never did an ab in my life.
Really?
And you're like, what? I said, I don't have time. I don't have 20 minutes to do abs. I can't budget that into where I want to go. And they're like, what? Well,
So what's
look at your midsection. I said, well, I didn't want to build that up.
right?
So when I diet, it's all there.
Yeah, right.
It's a core movement when you're squatting.
Right.
You know. And another one they asked me is they said, well, how much time do you put in the cardio room? And I said, none. Zero. I can't budget 20 minutes. I don't have that.
Right.
And they're like, what? And I goes, no. I said, I got to go to the paper mill and work. I got a family. I got to run a business. I said,
Right.
I don't have time to go back there. So I watch what I eat. I balance mono unsaturated fats with carbs.
Yeah.
Instead of doing cardio. You know, so I work the monos in.
Yeah, and I think that's how I've gotten away without. You said I had clear plumbing. It's
Yeah,
because
that's pretty cool, eh?
Because of diet, and you know, because of my diet. My diet's like, you know, I cook everything in olive oil. You know, I mean, if that's the only oil.
So what
we use.
I just said makes a total bunch of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Totally.
I didn't really have to do that.
No.
To lose weight, or I didn't have a problem with my plumbing.
Yeah.
Because I altered carbohydrates and mono unsaturated.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of olive oil, so it's a mono. Everything's an olive oil, and that's my energy source.
Yeah.
My energy source isn't carbohydrates. It's olive oil.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it took a lot of years to figure that out. You know, so I budgeted my time.
Right.
Yeah.
Went to the naturopathic school. That totally changed me, and ever since, you know, like I understand food
Sure.
to the level that, you know, my dad, after he got his bypass, then understood food. You know, so and I told him about this, and that's why he would, you know, went to the gym.
confirmed everything,
He went from fat, quadruple bypass to in the gym, 10 miles a day walking and juicing every day and changing his, totally changing his diet. And he looked buff at
Picture of health.
80 years old, man. He was buff. He was showing me his muscles, Okay, that's good. So, yeah. So I guess whenever you learn, you learn, and there are pieces of it, I think. And I got that piece, but I don't have this piece.
Yeah.
So
It's great that you know that and you understand that.
Yeah.
Because I got people that walk up to the desk and they're asking me, well, what should I eat? And I said, it depends how long you're going to be in this environment. I said, this environment requires different things.
Right.
And they're like, what? I said, you get your protein and your carbs in.
Yeah.
And every day it depends on how much you exert here. I can't put you on a rigid schedule.
Right.
Because I don't know what you're going to do in here.
Right.
In this environment. So the more I see you in this environment, the more I can critique you.
Right.
But if you're young and you're in here, you got to throw some junk food in there. Because you can't get enough calories eating egg whites and tuna.
Right.
But you're getting your protein and your carbs, but it's just not enough calories.
Right.
So I hate to say it, but you got to throw some donuts or a pizza or something. The more consistent you get, your body's going to at some point say, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you keep giving me protein and carbs, but I need some fat.
Well, I get, we get plenty of that.
So some of the younger generations in here, I said, you can't eat enough. They're in here every day.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what? And I go, you got to eat more.
Yeah. You're going to burn it up.
Your body will never keep up with this environment. They're like, what? And I said, I'm an eating machine yet at 63. That's all. I get up twice. 2 a.m. My girlfriend gets up and she goes, you got to be kidding me. Last night, you're cooking blueberry pancakes. Last night. I'm like, yeah. Whole pack. Syrup, maple syrup all over.
Oh, jeez.
And she's like, I could smell that. I knew you were cooking something. Daniel, this place, you need to fuel that. You can't get on that machine without fuel.
Right.
You can't. No, so you'll start critiquing it.
Well, we got 12 chickens and a couple of roosters, and we have lots of eggs.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I feed them organic feed, so we got the best eggs in the world.
At the peak, at 33, I was eating 3 dozen eggs a day.
Holy crap.
2 dozen in the morning on 2 sessions, and then 1 before bed. And they're always with pancakes.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get my carbs and my simple sugars.
Wow.
At the peak.
Jeez.
Wow. When eggs were down about a year ago at 59 cents, I was still doing a dozen. But now at 250, I gotta find a different source, man. That's wrong. And people look at me and they're like, what? You won't, that makes a difference to you? I'm like, I'm budgeting all the time.
Yeah.
And you can't sell me a dozen eggs right now for $2.53. I mean, and I might as well go get chicken breast. I get more out of it.
Right.
And sometimes they raise an eyebrow at how I'm talking, but I said, hey, I can't eat everything in here. I got a budget.
Right.
I can't just get everything I want.
Right. This is
that machine there is 36 years old.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But you seen that guy in here?
Yeah.
Don, he's 70.
Yeah, he looked good.
73, I think.
Is he my age?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And he was on there. He was on there 35 years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's old school. That's old school. Squeeze. Remember yesterday we were squeezing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a squeeze machine, man.
Wow. Very cool.
They don't make them anymore. I had a guy in here from Des Moines, Iowa this summer. 300 pounds. He's like 30 years old.
Right.
And he said, where do you find that machine? I said, I bought that brand new in 87. He said, you can't find stuff like that. I know.
Right.
But we've had...
All right, cool.
Like this one's old.
Yeah.
But then we come up with new and old and kind of mash them together.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.